That, man. I'm a fan. What you did in college was impressive.
Dang, man, that means a lot, man. Appreciate that.
But I saw what happened to you on draft night. I felt like I could relate.
Wait, how? You
Just like you did, by sticking around for your junior year.
All right, so
We used to talk all the time. He was the other big name high school player, and he knew better than anyone what I was going through.
Wait, T-Mac, hold on. Bruh, could you tell me what kind of advice he gave you?
And we talked about all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
But the most important thing I got from him was his work ethic. That's what separates people at this level. It's not talent. It's not how many years you went to school. It's work.
And that's the only way to prove it, man. Work.
Yes, sir. You got to produce.
100%.
You will. You got the right character for it. I can see it.
Man, that mean a lot coming from you, man. For real.
You got that spark about you. Keep working, MP.
Yes,
You'll
sir.
get where you want to go.
Yes, sir.
Three. Yes! Come on! One more big legend! Come on, yo!
Today, we're
Yeah, no, thank you for real. This has always been like a dream of mine to be on here. So
And at this point of the season, Greg, many coaches still are maneuvering their lineups, trying to find the right formula.
Yeah, especially the younger team. There's no real established pecking order, and guys can be wildly inconsistent from night to night.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Benton in at the two. At the top of the key, Lowry. Pass to Adebayo. And there it is for him. Adebayo's got the first basket of the game for the Heat.
You see how agile Adebayo is. Excellent at slashing after setting the screen.
Here's Barnes, the lane.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy two.
Butler kicks to Hero. Back to Butler.
In the 2021 season, Butler led the league in steals. He is so committed to forcing you to make mistakes with the ball.
Now, Hero. We saw him with 9. Oladipo, he's jacked in for Miami. Harris comes in for Hero. VanVleet finds Anunoby. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat, trailing by 5. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And here are the Heat now. The Raptors getting the bucket. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got his second basket. Well, it's no secret that MP was a very controversial pick, Greg, by this team. The debate between him and Shep Owens will be argued for a long time, I'm sure.
And you can see both sides of the argument. A player who does the little things versus an athletic monster with upside. The fan base, though, has made it pretty clear they want it on. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Adebayo passes to Lowry. Passes it to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Trying to get open is Adebayo. And again, shot good from Harris. Harris has got 6 points.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Bam Adebayo. And Strus is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Then for the Raptors, Achua comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Chris Boucher's subbed in for OG Anunoby. Now, here's Oladipo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Trent outside. Van Vliet passes to Achua. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Yurtseven's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Van Vliet against Harris. Van Vliet passes to Achua. Back to Van Vliet. Just 3 to shoot. Offline with the baseline jumper. The Heat have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. And Boucher sends it back. To the inside. Here's Achua. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 3 assists now in this one. Van Vliet against Harris. There's the pass to Yurtseven.
Heat foul. Harris.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Foul number 4.
That free throw missing.
Substitution.
Going with the whole new group on the floor. Raptors leading by 8. Adebayo is the big man with Butler slotting in at the 4. Lowry out there with Harris. And it's Hero in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now Lowry following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. from deep. Harris looking it over. Loads it up for Adebayo. 4 on the clock. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. And a great job to get that angle on a tremendous drive.
And a bucket like that one might be just what they need to cut into this lead.
Lowry dishes to Harris. The 3 gets the 3-pointer to fall. Harris has got 9. With how well MP has been playing lately, it's a little surprising, Greg, that more fans haven't gotten behind him.
Yeah, I mean, he's giving them what they want. Unless what they wanted was Chevron, then it'll take a lot of great nights for MP to satisfy those fans.
And here is Hero. After OG Anunoby made that last 3-pointer.
Off the pick, Hero loves to rise and fire, but that time he becomes the playmaker.
Second personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Toronto.
Well, it's tough to score when you're getting stuffed on every attempt. Great job getting the hands up so far, making life difficult on shooters.
And they've also been pressuring the ball tonight. You don't get this many steals without making an effort there.
Now, here's Siakam. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Manton, the pass to Trent. They get a hand on it, and Young kicks to Trent. From outside, off the mark. The Heat trail by 6. Here's Harris. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
He's a dynamic scorer, but Jimmy Butler showing the ability to make plays for others.
And winning has become more consistent in Miami than ever. Jimmy Butler was acquired, made it all the way to the finals in his first year, and have steadily won games each season.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Trent. And with the Heat, GA, they've been a consistent force in the Eastern Conference.
Kevin, lots of talent up and down that roster, from stars like Butler and all the way down to the role players. This is just a solid team.
Here's Banton. In the corner, it's VanVleet. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Raptors lead by... Six.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
To the paint. Here's Harris. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Harris has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Anunoby. Toronto working the ball around now. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Miami. 4-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Majority of the night, they were in attack mode. Tremendous effort all the way around.
Hey, Steve, you've won an NBA title, but also you've got some gold medal memories. How does it compare, winning for a city versus representing and winning for your country?
Kevin, both incredibly proud moments. Winning an NBA title is awesome, but also winning a gold medal for your country, you said it, it's representing your country. It was a dream come true.
Here's Harris. The Raptors getting the bucket. Pass to Adebayo. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Adebayo's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Toronto's gotten fond of that 3-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. And Toronto turns it over again. Now here is Lowry. No points in the game yet for him. From deep. No good that time. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
It looked like there were communication breakdowns all night. Deadly, especially when you're on the road.
Oh, great ball movement there.
VanVleet against Lowry. VanVleet passes to Young. Here's Banton.
Miami foul. Jimmy Butler. 2nd personal foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Establishing a pink presence early in the game. It really helps and pays big dividends down the line because it frees up your perimeter.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Yurtseven, he's checked in for Adebayo. Wayne Dedmon comes in for Jimmy Butler. Oladipo, he's checked in for Hero. And Strus is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Miami shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
And a deep roster for the Raptors. But, Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
Now, here's Achua. 14 points from him the last game against Miami. And the Raptors miss again.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Strus kicks to Harris. It's Oladipo on the wing. Shoots. And another basket for Miami.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Barnes outside. Pass to Benton. Now, here's Achua. He's defended by Yurtseven. And they call an illegal screen.
Yeah, they've had a few more turnovers in this one. And guys, point of it.
We reach the end of the first half of play. Heat lead by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here at FTX Arena.
The Raptors, 43. Fan, your Heat Youth Dance Team.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We've seen a tremendous... Making a switch here. Harris is checked in, setting the floor for the Raptors. Anunoby in at the forward with Barnes next to him. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Benton in at shooting guard. For the lead, shooting foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
The Raptors making a switch here. Young's checked in.
For your Miami Heat dancers.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Smitty, what's incredible about Miami's D, they don't need to block a ton of shots to protect the rim.
Kevin, it's all about awareness, communication, and positioning. Whether they're in zone or man, they stay completely connected almost every possession.
Okay, time now for an injury report.
Kevin caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Heat. He told me that there is tendonitis in the knee, and it's causing him a lot of problems. Pain has just become too much. And so that's it for him today. How it appears, he could be out for a considerable amount. time. What a tough break. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
I mean, a devastating blow, to say the least.
On the clock for 3, Van Vliet. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside, Hero. Harris outside. Back to Hero. Young with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Siakam's running. And again, Toronto no up.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Here's Butler. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. And that one, good.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Banton. He's got 9. On the wing, Barnes. Off target from three-point range.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the shot goes down. And it's a 6-point Miami lead.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a minute.
Fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
A different look for Miami. Yurtseven's checked in for Adebayo. Oladipo comes in for Tyler Hero. And Strus is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. It's Trent on the wing. Up top, Achua. Rebound by the Heat.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
Harris passes to Strus. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has gotten 3 assists tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Van Vliet kicks to Trent. Will it go? And Oladipo pulls it down. The Heat leading by 9. Here's Harris, and there's the drive, and slam dunk by Harris.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
Raptors moving the ball around. And there's the pass to Van Vliet. 5 on the clock. And the 3 off target.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Oladipo outside. 1:27 left in the third quarter of the game. Harris outside. It's good. Harris has got the lead up to 13 now for the Heat.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. Well, he'll run through a wall to win, but sometimes Jimmy Butler can drive his coach up a wall. Despite that tendency, though, to embrace conflict, this guy is working.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Heat. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 6. Barnes outside. Back to Van Vliet. Trent outside. Trying to get something going. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Butler's got 8 rebounds in this game.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long. These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Scotty Barnes. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Miami.
Smart ball handling from them in this one. Passing around to get ahead of the defense and putting it in the hands of ready shooters.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That is his first foul of the game. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon.
Out of the game, Bam Adebayo.
Up top, Oladipo. He's guarded by Anunoby. They get it back. Adebayo, it's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Van Vliet. And it's Miami with the rebound. They get to take on the Blazers of Portland after this one. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Yep, it counts.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
You want to stay aggressive, right at the rim, driving another nail into the coffin.
Buries it from 3-point range.
I like how Fred VanVleet stays patient. Eyes up, finds the breakdown in the defense.
And so it's the Miami Heat feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Back right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. At the guard spots, Lowry and Hero. Adebayo is the big man with Butler sliding in at the 4. And it's Harrison at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
Regard Lowry keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Anunoby passes to Siakam. Back to Anunoby. Offline with his 3. And it's Adebayo with the ball for the Miami Heat. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Harris dishes to Butler. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And last season, Bam Adebayo said it was disrespectful that he wasn't named a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, no arguing here. He's definitely an elite defender. 2nd team all defense, 3 years running. Great toughness and versatility.
That free throw good from Butler.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Scotty Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
Trent finds Anunoby. 4 on the shot clock. No good on the 3. Miami leading by 21. Here's Hero. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet.
A fantastic passer for a big. Bam, terrific at finding his open teammates.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
Smitty OG Anunoby from the UK has had a nice impact on the game.
And he said he wants to grow the game.
Substitution on the court. Shooting for Toronto, OG Anunoby. 1.
The free throw off from Anunoby. Left side, Harris. No good with the layup. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. We're Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
Great win and a stellar performance from you tonight. Are you encouraged by how you played?
Yeah, of course. We got a great group of guys here, and this feels good. We had a couple miscues, but for the most part, we played a heck of a game. We just need to keep limiting our mistakes, and the sky's the limit.
You really put on a show on offense. Where in the world did that come from?
Thanks, John. Yeah, I had it going a little bit. After the first couple shots went down, my teammates started looking for me. I tried to attack the defense before they had the time to get set. It definitely feels good to get the win, and help my team get this win.
Take you too hard. We the best music. Another one. DJ Khaled. Scratched $1 million off my checklist 3 years ago. At 2 zeros to the 1, I'm in a different mode. It's my life, do what I want, I be with different. You know the pick and roll, I picked her up and sent her home. I got rich, I get them in and get them gone. Trappy just got out, ain't have to put them on. We the ones who got the numbers to put the city on. It's the middle of the summer, I got a hoodie on. My time ain't nothing nice, I try not to wear nothing tight. I came up off, yeah. My little brother ain't living right, my sister them doing alright, my cousin them still, yeah. Break the bank for one of my people. I said I'm the one, they didn't believe me. I show them the facts, now they all need me. I'ma get cake as long as I'm breathing. They making it hard, it really is, yeah. I'ma turn up on a hater every chance that I get. I want the biggest watcher they got, don't care if they care of my wrist. All I wish I would claim that. They, when they get, we got a hood full of. Soon as they say we can't come, we'll run around that. You can mix me with that, I live in the mix. Money, cars, and clothes. I live in the mix. Money, cars, and clothes. Yeah. She think I'm a regular rapper, I'm not. One person come tell me you block. Watch me run it to the tip of the top, yeah. Keep going. Put my kids in Givenchy. She must ain't 1 + 1 is 3. I can't support your personal needs. She don't got a mortgage, moved in with a needy. Be capping them cars, be leased. Youngest in charge, I speak for the street. I was gnawed and gnawed. They woke up a beast. Struggle what made me, we used to have water for dinner. We didn't have nothing to eat. Soon as I get on this, they gon' look on me better like
one.
DJ Khaled. Scratched $1 million off my checklist 3 years ago. At 2 zeros to the 1, I'm in a different mode. It's my life, do what I want, I be with different. You know the pick and roll, I picked her up and sent her home. I got rich, I get them in and get them gone. You know Trappy just got out, ain't have to put them on. We the ones who got the numbers to put the city on. It's the middle of the summer, I got a hoodie on. My time ain't nothing nice, I try not to wear nothing tight. I came up off, yeah. My little brother ain't living right, my sister them doing alright, my cousin them still, yeah.
What was your motivation for going to Legend this year? Have you hit it in previous years, or was this like the first time you're like, I'm locking in, I'm gonna hit that Legend status?
Actually, like my supporters and everybody who like messes with me actually really inspired me to like really grind and hit Legend first, and we did it.
So going back to seeing the Legend requirements for 2K23, did it ever cross your mind that you're gonna achieve all those and go after this kind of status?
Yeah, so the Legend grind this year was actually pretty like meant for what I do, because my favorite game mode on the game is actually the ones court. So the 100,000 points.
Focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is at the center with Johnson next to him. And it's Jacobs in at the 3. Shot clock at 3. Johnson. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Right side, Maxey. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
And the first of the
scoreboard's going to light up.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. From 13, Booker's shot is good.
And because of that high basketball IQ he possesses, Booker takes great shots, and he knows the value of the mid-range game.
Maxey kicks to Harden. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Harden is known for his creativity. Can't lose him in the screen and roll, or he'll take you to school.
Now Paul. His last outing, 16 points for him.
Well, James Harden still a tremendous player, but now in his early 30s, some question, can he be the dominant MVP force we saw in Houston? And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
And here's Tucker following the three from Jacobs. Harden the pass to Embiid, and good that time. And Greg, Harden in recent years dealing with hamstring injury. Has he lost a step to age or injury?
You know, probably a little of both, but we've seen players with a new diet or training regimen get back to peak production. Hopefully, he can as well.
Here's Paul. Looking in his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. MP outside. 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season, certainly for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, came in the top seed in their conference only to make a second-round exit after a grueling Game 7. So this season might be revenge time for this group.
And the 76ers making a change here. Milton's checked in.
And certain teams take on the attitude of their city. And over the years, Philadelphia has been one of them. The Sixers known for having tough teams, much like the town.
Now, here's Milton. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were.
Here's Harden, averaging 26 points a game, night in and night out. Always a fact.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Now here's Ayton, and it's good. 2 points.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
A second chance effort. Milton's shot is good.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
The Suns have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Greg, you mentioned the 76ers have taken on the identity of Philadelphia. In your estimation, how?
You know, you go all the way back to the 80s. This has been a team that plays hard, focuses on defense, gritty, much like their city. So they tend to play with a chip on their shoulder.
And here's Harden after the three-pointer from Jacobs.
Boy, I love watching Harden pass the rock. Has an unlimited number of moves to choose from. Endless.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He said a primary concern is to prevent those easy three-point looks from outside. He said closing out hard on the shooters is going to be the key. If they don't bother the shooters, he said, it's going to be a very long 4 quarters. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Devising a strategy to take away that three-point shot. Here's Milton after the made shot from Jacobs. And here's Maxey. 17 points in his last outing. Here's Milton. It's rebounded by Paul.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Trying to get open is Johnson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I just admire that.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Chris Paul.
They haven't been afraid of getting hit on the way up, marching their way to the line and capitalizing.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
On the court for the Suns, Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is at the center with Johnson next to him. And it's Jacobs in at the small forward. And the call, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. Triggers a replay review by the official.
Team foul.
And
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing, the double-checking, and the game continues on.
Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
It's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Shooting two.
The first one falls. And Greg, the Philadelphia 76ers have made it very clear that they are all in on a title run.
And their front office has been very focused on trying to get top-tier talent on this roster. After the trust the process era, they're now aggressively pursuing titles here in Philly.
The 76ers trail by 11. Passes it to Harden. Paul with the steal. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Kicks it out to MP. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. He gets it in there.
Cameron Johnson.
Johnson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Suns.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now, here's Tucker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Suns leading by 13. And Booker kicks to Paul. Embiid against Ayton. On the wing, Embiid. Head shot off. And the 76ers go the other way with it. And going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And they might not be in the same conference, but with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
Ball against Harden. And here's MP for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
The pass to Harden. On the wing, Harris. Now Tucker. Harden scanning the floor. And stolen by Ayton. Fast break, here come the Suns. Paul's running. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Exceptional focus from the veteran point guard. Paul is no stranger to having to outwork the defense.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. And Tucker kicks to Maxey. Here's Harden on the wing. Shot clock at 5. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 11.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
And no quit. Just keep playing the right way. Stay aggressive and try to battle back.
Here's Paul. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. 7 points in the game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Harden outside. Here's Maxey. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Johnson. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Harden. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Defensive foul. Chris Paul. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And guys, James Harden continues to be one of the most dominant offensive forces.
Kevin, I don't think there's any question about it. No matter what city is on the front of his jersey, as long as Harden is on the back of it, you can expect the ball to go through the twine and for him to drop dimes too. He's clearly one of the best scorers of this generation by far.
That free throw good from Harden. And while it's still very early in the season, the top teams, Greg, have already started to distinguish themselves across the NBA.
Getting off to a hot start, always a good sign. But don't sleep on the teams that are still getting locked in. A lot can change in the coming months.
MP finds Johnson. Count the basket. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Tucker, right wing. Here's Maxey. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Ayton. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team, but he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I...
So it's the Phoenix Suns closing
at the end of the first half. With the score, your 76ers 41, the Suns 61. And your Sixers youth dance team.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. Tyrese Maxey out there with Harden. And it's Harris in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Jacobs. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's an 18-point game.
Embiid showing you a little force, wanting to dunk it down whenever he can.
Ball against Harden. Booker outside. Now, here's MP. He's got 11. And that one drops for him. Ayton's got 6.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Back to Harden. To the middle. Trying to find Maxey and gets it to him. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
So far in the game, he's 0 of 2 at the line.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
There aren't many players with a quicker first step than Tyrese Maxey.
And I love the way he uses it to his advantage, Greg. I mean, he's got an athletic advantage over most of the guys that are defending him, and he'll exploit it every chance he gets. But that quick first step and fearlessness, lethal combination.
And Booker is shooter from all areas of the floor. Booker has the confidence needed to dominate on offense.
And he makes the first.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
And a wide open look for Embiid. And again, it's the Suns missing. The 76ers trail by 15. Poked away. Harden the pass to Maxey. Here's the floater. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Jacobs. Good work defensively by Harden.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Pass to Maxey. That one's not going to go. Good D by Booker. Jacobs, the pass to Johnson. Yes, that goes in. Johnson's got 8 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Tucker with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pocket 6. Embiid wide open. Off target with his 3. Suns leading by 17. Passes it to Jacobs. And MP throws it down.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball. And Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
Embiid kicks to Harden. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
MP with it. Now defended by Embiid. And now Philadelphia on the break. Maxey's running. And slam dunk by Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Paul dishes to MP. That one doesn't go. Now the 76ers take it the other way.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And he comes up with the deuce. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
The shooting's been great, but also, how about the...
At the line for Philadelphia, Tobias Harris. At the line for 1.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is at the center with Johnson next to him. And it's Jacobs in at the 3 slot. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
And Philadelphia has possession. They trail by 6. Maxey looking it over. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he plays with no fear, and he certainly knows how to put the ball in the basket. Starting to find a rhythm from the line now as they try to cut into this deficit.
Ball passes to Ayton. Kicks to MP. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Here's Booker. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got his 5th assist in this one. Now the pass to Tucker. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And the shot is good. The Phoenix lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Harris.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And here's MP for 3.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Good work there as it goes. 12 points for Tyrese Maxey.
That's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Pass to Tucker. And stolen by MP. Down low, and up the court come the Suns on the break.
With just such strength on these finishes. When you foul Ayton, you really have to hit him to prevent the basket. Young big men, though, often struggle to find consistency, but you look at Ayton's first 4 seasons, the numbers are almost identical year to year.
Free throw drops for Ayton. And for Ayton, the numbers are impressive indeed, averaging a double-double every season.
And he's got all the tools, next steps, making more plays for others, and they've been working on his shooting range to open up the lane a bit more.
Embiid, it's hauled in by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Johnson kicks to Paul. Harris against MP. Inside. Harris outside. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I like their execution in the second half. They're keeping this game competitive because of how well they're executing.
And the Suns call time.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Back to Paul. Pass to Ayton. On the wing, MP. Bangs home the trifecta. MP's got 6 in the quarter.
Totally unselfish play there from Ayton. Sends the ball to someone with a wide open look.
Here's Harris. And the rejection by Ayton. Tries again. And they recover it. Now Tucker. 5 to shoot. Here's Maxey. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
And here's MP for 3. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. Knocked away. Out to the wing. Now the feed to Harris. The shot's good. 17 points for Tobias Harris.
Well, he sure is a talented combo forward with terrific feel for the game. Harris can score in bunches.
Paul passes to Jacobs. Another miss by MP.
He's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you got to make it.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When Joel Embiid entered the NBA, many questioned if he would be able to overcome the devastating injury.
Well, he didn't play his first 2 years in the league. Those questions were fair to ask. I mean, is this guy ever going to get on the court? But once he did, oh my, a monster. I've not seen a big guy do the stuff Joel Embiid can do. It's actually insane.
First free throw is good. Well, Greg, what can you say about Joel Embiid's growth from a leadership perspective? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Tremendous, Kevin. Carrying the Sixers with everything they went through, even though he came in second in MVP voting 2 years in a row. No player more important to his team than Joel Embiid.
James Harden, he's checked in for DeAnthony Melton. And Embiid drops them both.
Playing from behind, trying to catch up at this point. They've done a nice job at the free throw line here in the second half.
Booker outside. Back to Paul. MP outside. A three ball. Another miss by MP.
He's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. The time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
That ties the game. Embiid's got 10 points in just the second half.
And you'd like to see since the half now. He's finally starting to come around.
Paul kicks to MP. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 5 assists tonight.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Timeout called the 76ers. MP's really making a difference here.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Chris Paul.
Well, you know, it's easy to understand why he's the choice given how well he shot the ball. I mean, just shooting an insane percentage really is what led him to this award. And it's because he was also actively looking to score. He was hunting his shots and was knocking them down.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Harden, bringing it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 5-point game. The 76ers with another miss.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
76ers have got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter.
With big time.
Here's Paul. Passes to Ayton. To the inside.
That game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 7. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter.
Please welcome to the court your Sixers ENT.
There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. Harden the pass to Embiid. To the paint. Here's Melton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first.
It goes on Devin Booker.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that turns the lead to 6.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
From 11 feet away, and it's Paul missing.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Down low. Melton's shot is good.
Harden's got such a tremendous feel for the game and sees the whole court. He's a really slick creator.
Stolen by Harden. Cloak loose. Here's Jacobs. And the rejection by Embiid. And here comes Harris in the fast break. It counts. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
The drive by Paul. Good.
This is the red-hot version of Chris Paul right there.
43 seconds left in the game. Harden the pass to Embiid. Over Ayton. Embiid, no good.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling, and he still misses. Boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Danuel House is checked in for Philadelphia. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
Chris Paul plays with a competitive fire that is actually infectious. I mean, even in the latter stages of his career, he is still getting it done at a high level.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Maxi's checked in. Timeout called the 76ers. They're trailing by 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Tucker. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Money!
Using that strong upper body, Tucker can definitely play through contact.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
James Harden. That's his 5th personal foul. 5th team foul. Shooting for Phoenix, Chris Paul. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
You know, important. For him to come through at the line there because they want to expand that lead.
Harden with it. Chris Paul covering. Here's Embiid. Count it. And now they trail by just 4.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knock that one down in a clutch situation.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Unloads. Offensive rebound. Here's Maxey. Can't connect. So the Suns win it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
Great win and a stellar performance from you tonight. Are you encouraged by how you played?
Yeah, of course. We got a great group of guys here, and this feels good. We had a couple miscues, but for the most part, we played a heck of a game. We just need to keep limiting our mistakes, and the sky's the limit.
You really put on a show on offense. Where in the world did that come from?
Thanks, John. Yeah, I had it going a little bit. After the first couple shots went down, my teammates started looking for me. I tried to attack the defense before they had the time to get set. It definitely feels good to get the win, and help my team get this win.
Take it too hard. We the best music. Another one. DJ Khaled. Scratched $1 million off my checklist 3 years ago. Add 2 zeros to the 1, I'm in a different mode. This my life, do what I want, I be with different. You know the pick and roll, I picked her up and sent her home. I got rich, I get them in and get them gone. You know Trappy just got out, ain't have to put them on. We the ones who got the numbers to put the city on. It's the middle of the summer, I got a hoodie on. My time ain't nothing.